For years, the world watched as Tesla and Chinese automakers like BYD dominated the electric vehicle space. Headlines talked about battery breakthroughs in California and aggressive pricing in China. But while all that noise was happening, something big was quietly brewing in India. India wasn't rushing in, it was preparing. Behind the scenes, one company in particular was laying down the foundation to make a massive leap. That company is Mahindra, once known for rugged, no-nonsense SUVs that roam the back roads of India. Now Mahindra is making waves with something far more ambitious. They aren't just joining the global EV race. They're trying to flip the script entirely. As Mahindra's CEO put it, the world isn't waiting for India, but maybe it should. And with their latest lineup, that wait might be over, because India isn't playing catch-up anymore. It's aiming to disrupt. Next, let's look at how Mahindra transformed itself from a maker of workhorses to a future-facing EV powerhouse. Mahindra's evolution, from rugged to revolutionary. Mahindra's legacy goes way back, building tough vehicles that could handle anything from rocky hills to remote villages. Their SUVs weren't built to look pretty, they were built to last. But now that legacy is getting an electric upgrade. Mahindra's new direction is wrapped up in a bold vision they call Unlimit, a commitment to break boundaries and redefine Indian automotive innovation. And they're doing it without losing touch with what made them successful in the first place: practicality, durability, and trust. What makes this transition even more impressive is the speed and confidence behind it. While others hesitated or over-engineered, Mahindra studied what worked in the real world and then built electric vehicles designed to fit those needs. As one Mahindra engineer said, "We're not trying to impress engineers in labs. We're building for the real world, and we're building for tomorrow." Let's take a closer look at the two EVs leading this transformation, the ones that are already making global headlines. Meet the stars, B6e and XEV9e. Mahindra's message to the world came in the form of two sleek new electric SUVs, the B6e and the XEV9e. These aren't concept cars. They're bold, road-ready, and already turning heads across global markets. The BE6e is the more adventurous one. With its sharp lines, sporty stance, and youthful energy, it's built for people who crave a little thrill on their commute. But this isn't just about looks. A 79 kilowatt battery powers it up to 680 km on a single charge. That's not just good, it's incredible. Then comes the XEV9e, a more refined, luxurious coupe-style SUV. It offers 656 kilometers of range, a spacious cabin, and tech that wouldn't look out of place in a German luxury car. Its design feels premium, but its price? Still remarkably down to earth. Both models are Mahindra's way of saying, we can do performance, we can do comfort, and we can do it at a price that doesn't break the bank. So what makes these EVs truly stand out? It starts with the foundation they're built on. The InGlow platform, built for the future. Underneath both the BE6e and the XEV9e is something Mahindra calls the InGlow platform. But this isn't just an ordinary chassis, it's a flexible EV-first architecture designed from scratch to support speed, safety, and smarts. The platform is modular, which means it can be used across various sizes and types of vehicles. That gives Mahindra the power to scale up fast. More importantly, it allows for faster charging, better weight distribution, and sharper handling. All the things today's EV buyers are looking for. And because it's been engineered with global standards in mind, InGlow vehicles aren't just built for India. They're built for international roads too. From Delhi traffic to European highways, the platform delivers. A Mahindra executive summed it up perfectly. We're not adapting old platforms for EVs. We're building EVs from the ground up. That's the difference. With the platform set, what Mahindra packs inside these vehicles is where the real magic begins. Technology that turns heads. Step inside the BE6e or the XEV9e and you'll know instantly, this isn't a basic electric vehicle. These interiors are designed to wow. Triple screen setups line the dash, with one screen dedicated just to the passenger. Everything is digital, sleek, and intuitive. The augmented reality heads-up display projects your directions right onto the windshield. Need to switch songs or take a call? The car's smart enough to handle that without you lifting a finger. And thanks to 5G connectivity and over-the-air updates, these vehicles will keep improving long after you've driven them off the lot. But it's not all flash. Safety matters, and Mahindra doesn't cut corners. You get ADAS, lane assist, adaptive cruise control, and 360-degree cameras. As one early reviewer put it, it feels like driving with an extra set of eyes. All this tech, yet still practical and affordable. That's where Mahindra pulls ahead. Now, what happens when you take all this innovation and add a powerful driving experience? Let's find out in the next part. Performance that rivals the best. A great electric car isn't just smart, it needs to be fun. And Mahindra didn't forget that. The BE6e goes from 0 to 100 km/h in just 6.7 seconds, which puts it in the same league as some sports sedans. It's not just fast, it feels responsive and confident on the road. The kind of performance that makes even your daily commute feel exciting. The XEV9e, its more luxurious sibling, delivers power in a different way. It's smoother, more refined, built for those who want effortless speed rather than neck-snapping acceleration. With a 79 kilowatt battery, it keeps the punch but adds comfort, making it ideal for longer trips or relaxed city cruising. What sets these vehicles apart isn't just how fast they go, it's how well they perform under real-world conditions. Indian roads can be unpredictable, bumps, curves, sudden traffic. Mahindra tuned their EVs for stability and control, not just lab-perfect speed tests. As one test driver said, "It doesn't feel like a test car, it feels like something I drive every day and enjoy doing it." And that's the point. These vehicles are more than numbers on a brochure. They're meant to be driven every day without compromise. But performance alone doesn't win hearts. People want value, and Mahindra's pricing strategy might just be their most powerful move yet. A serious advantage. Here's where Mahindra really flips the table. The BE6e starts at around $20,500. That's not just competitive, it's a game changer. You'd be hard-pressed to find another EV with that kind of range, tech, and performance in the same price bracket. The XEV9e, starting at $26,000, brings in a more premium experience, sleek interior, upscale features, yet still undercuts many Western brands by thousands of dollars. For comparison, vehicles offering similar specs in Europe or North America can easily start around $35,000 to $40,000 or more. Mahindra's strategy is simple. Make electric vehicles aspirational without making them unattainable. They're building cars that people want to own and can actually afford. A Mahindra spokesperson put it this way: "We believe electric mobility shouldn't be a luxury, it should be an option for everyone." And that message is resonating. In a world where EVs are often priced out of reach, Mahindra is inviting more people to join the shift. But affordability without quality only gets you so far. So how does Mahindra deliver this balance? The answer lies in collaboration. Powered by partnerships. One reason Mahindra can offer such high-quality EVs at such competitive prices is because they aren't doing it alone. Instead, they've formed strategic partnerships with some of the biggest names in the global automotive tech space. Their EVs run on battery tech developed in collaboration with Volkswagen, helping ensure world-class performance and reliability. Infotainment and digital cockpit systems are powered by Qualcomm chips, bringing smartphone-level responsiveness and connectivity to the car dashboard. This isn't about outsourcing, it's about combining the best of Indian design and engineering with proven global hardware. The result? Cars that are smart, reliable, and ready for international roads. As one engineer noted, "We're not reinventing every wheel, we're taking what works best and building something better with it." This global-local approach is paying off. Mahindra's EVs feel fresh but familiar. They're sophisticated yet intuitive. And crucially, they're tailored to the environments they'll be used in, which brings us to something Mahindra understands better than most: the terrain. India's terrain, India's edge. You can't build a great EV for India unless you understand India. And Mahindra does. These cars aren't just engineered in labs. They're tested in real-world conditions. From the scorching summers of Rajasthan to the monsoon-battered roads of Kerala, Mahindra's EVs are designed to handle it all. The BE6E and XEV9E come with reinforced underbodies, intelligent suspension tuning, and high ground clearance, not to mention battery cooling systems that are built to perform in extreme heat, a crucial feature for tropical regions. And it's not just India that benefits. This kind of durability matters globally too. Think dusty roads in rural Africa or unpaved trails in Southeast Asia, places where traditional EVs might struggle. One Mahindra executive said it best: "We didn't just build these EVs for cities, we built them for countries." Durability is one thing, but what happens when the people are ready before the roads are? That's where Mahindra's infrastructure plan comes in. A market that's hungry for change. When Mahindra opened pre-orders for the BE6E and XEV9E, something remarkable happened. Over 30,000 bookings flooded in on the very first day. That wasn't just a product launch. It was a wake-up call to the entire automotive world. The message was clear. India and the world is ready for something new. This wasn't the result of slick advertising or celebrity endorsements. It was pent-up demand finally being heard. Indian buyers have been waiting for EVs that don't just check the green box, but also meet their real day-to-day needs. They wanted range that actually takes them from city to village and back, reliability that's been proven over time, and pricing that doesn't feel like a luxury splurge. With the BE6E and XEV9E, Mahindra delivered on all fronts, and the public responded like a dam finally breaking. But what's truly exciting? The interest is spreading. These aren't just cars for India, they're sparking conversations in Southeast Asia, the Middle East, and parts of Europe, where buyers face similar challenges: rising fuel prices, dense cities, unreliable public transport, and a growing demand for clean alternatives that don't compromise on performance or style. An auto industry expert summed it up perfectly. This isn't a niche launch. This is a statement of intent. People aren't just curious, they're hopeful. The timing couldn't be more perfect. Gasoline prices are climbing, air quality is becoming a top concern in many cities, and more people are realizing that electric vehicles can no longer be the future. They have to be the now. And yet, interest alone isn't enough. A booking today means nothing if the experience falls short tomorrow. That's why Mahindra is going beyond just launching vehicles. They're building the world around them, charging infrastructure, service centers, and an EV-first customer experience that supports the transition at every step. Because buying an EV isn't just a purchase, it's a lifestyle shift. And Mahindra knows they need to meet people where they are, not just with performance specs, but with reassurance and readiness. So what happens after the first 30,000 buyers? That's where the real work begins. And Mahindra is already ahead of the curve. Up next, let's explore how they're powering this revolution, not just with batteries, but with the infrastructure India needs to thrive. Infrastructure in progress. A great electric car doesn't mean much if there's nowhere to plug it in. That's the reality facing many potential EV buyers, not just in India, but around the world. Mahindra understands this better than most. That's why they aren't just building cars. They're building the ecosystem those cars need to thrive. And they're not waiting for the government or third parties to catch up. Mahindra is rolling up its sleeves and leading from the front. It starts with fast chargers on major highways, a critical step in making inner-city travel not just possible, but seamless. This is a game changer for families, road trippers, and professionals who need to move between cities without worrying about running out of charge. In a country where highway journeys are part of daily life, this kind of forward-thinking infrastructure is what makes EVs viable. But Mahindra isn't stopping at the expressway. They're pushing into Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities, areas often skipped over by big tech and auto brands. Because that's where the majority of Indian drivers live. These are the people who've been told EVs are just for the cities. Mahindra's saying otherwise. They're creating a new kind of dealership experience too, one focused not just on selling a car, but on educating people about how to live with one. Every dealership will include EV specialists trained to answer real questions like, how long will it take to charge at home? What happens if I get stuck? How do I maintain it? It's about trust, about hand-holding people through a new way of driving, and it's working. You can't ask people to change how they drive if you're not there to guide them through it, said one Mahindra executive. And they meant it. This kind of empathy baked into business is rare. It's what makes Mahindra's strategy not only smart, but deeply human. Their approach isn't just about convenience, it's about confidence, about creating an environment where drivers don't just accept EVs, they embrace them. Because for Mahindra, infrastructure isn't an afterthought, it's the foundation. And when you look deeper, you realize this goes far beyond cables and charge times. This is about Mahindra and India building a future that's cleaner, smarter, and more independent. That takes us to a bigger idea: sustainability not just as a product feature, but as a national strategy. Sustainability as strategy. For Mahindra, electric vehicles aren't just a business opportunity, they're a mission-driven movement. From boardroom strategy to factory floor execution, every EV they produce is part of something bigger. India's push toward a cleaner, greener, and more self-reliant future. India has set an ambitious goal: 30% electric vehicle adoption by 2030. It's not just about trends, it's about necessity. Cities like Delhi, Mumbai, and Bangalore are battling rising air pollution, traffic congestion, and public health challenges. Mahindra sees EVs not only as a product, but as a solution, a way to clean the air, reduce oil dependency, and drive the economy forward with innovation. Every time one of our EVs hits the road, we know it's doing more than just transporting someone, said a Mahindra executive. It's part of a transformation. But Mahindra's commitment to sustainability doesn't stop at the tailpipe. They're turning their entire manufacturing ecosystem green. Their plants are shifting towards solar power, rainwater harvesting, and closed-loop water recycling systems. They've committed to carbon-neutral production within the next decade, an ambitious goal that few automakers globally have dared to set. This isn't just environmental activism, it's smart business. As climate-conscious consumers grow, brands that walk the talk stand out. Mahindra's commitment to sustainability is winning over a new generation of drivers who want their vehicles to reflect their values. It's no longer just about torque and tech, it's about impact. And beyond the eco-friendliness, there's a strategic edge. A sustainable supply chain is a resilient one. By relying on solar power and improving factory efficiencies, Mahindra is less vulnerable to rising fuel costs and global supply disruptions. That means lower production costs and fewer delays, something legacy automakers continue to struggle with. What makes all this even more powerful? Mahindra's sustainability story is rooted in India, but it's beginning to resonate globally. As countries look to replicate green manufacturing and EV adoption, Mahindra is fast becoming a case study in how to do it right. And this brings us to the bigger picture. In a world where giants dominate through brute force and massive marketing, Mahindra's real strength lies in its deep local insight, smart strategy, and the ability to scale it globally. Let's explore how they're turning that local brilliance into global momentum. Global rivals, local brilliance. When people talk about the electric vehicle race, two giants tend to dominate the headlines. Tesla, with its futuristic design and tech-first approach, and BYD, the Chinese powerhouse known for affordability and scale. One represents premium innovation, the other represents production muscle. But quietly, methodically, and with a distinct Indian flavor, Mahindra is carving out a different path, one that doesn't mimic, but redefines. Mahindra isn't trying to outflash Tesla or outproduce BYD. They're not here for a marketing spectacle. Instead, they've opened a third lane, intelligent, real-world brilliance, designed for people whose roads are imperfect, whose budgets are tighter, and whose daily drives aren't just about luxury, they're about practicality, reliability, and trust. We're not trying to outspend them, said a Mahindra executive. We're outthinking them. That mindset shows in every design choice. While Western brands cram their EVs with top-tier tech and price tags to match, Mahindra offers high-impact features without the high price, all wrapped in vehicles built for India's diverse terrains and climate extremes. From monsoon-soaked highways to village roads that test any suspension system, Mahindra EVs are engineered to thrive where others might stumble, and their strategy is paying off. In regions where Tesla is too costly and BYD lacks a local presence, Mahindra has the home field advantage. Their vehicles are tailored for markets that demand affordability, durability, and performance, not hype. They've built trust over decades with internal combustion models, and now they're transferring that goodwill into the EV space. In Southeast Asia, Africa, and even parts of Europe where Mahindra is gradually expanding, their approach stands out: relevant, reliable, and ready. They're not trying to win every headline, they're aiming for every driveway. This isn't a sprint, it's a marathon, and Mahindra is built for endurance. As the EV landscape gets more crowded, Mahindra's unique blend of local insight, cost innovation, and product resilience could very well give it the edge that disrupts the disruptors. It's not just a company selling electric cars, it's a company changing the rules of what global competition looks like. And now, with more models on the way, Mahindra's bold bet is about to scale even further. Let's talk about where this momentum is headed next. More models, more momentum. The BE6e and XEV9e might be the stars of the show right now, but they're just the beginning. Mahindra isn't stopping at two great EVs. In fact, they've got a full roadmap in the works, and it's nothing short of ambitious. By 2030, Mahindra plans to launch at least 7 electric SUVs, and not just for India, but for global markets across Europe, Southeast Asia, and beyond. What's coming next? The XUV3XE is aimed squarely at urban drivers, compact, nimble, and built for the stop-and-go lifestyle of cities like Mumbai, Manila, and even Milan. Then there's the XEV7e, a stylish mid-size SUV tailored for international appeal, with the tech, comfort, and performance that buyers from Tokyo to Toronto now expect. And the magic behind all of them? It's Mahindra's InGlow platform, a modular EV architecture that's as clever as it is cost-effective. This platform isn't just a chassis, it's the company's secret weapon. It allows Mahindra to quickly scale production, cut development time, and launch new models faster than many of its global rivals, all while ensuring each vehicle meets high standards of quality, safety, and design. This flexibility gives Mahindra a huge advantage. While other automakers are caught up adapting old platforms or juggling supplier issues, Mahindra is rolling forward with confidence. Every new model they unveil is built to purpose, optimized for different lifestyles, regions, and price points. And this isn't guesswork. Mahindra isn't just reacting to trends, they're reading the road ahead. Backed by strong international partnerships, rising consumer demand, and major investments in R&D and infrastructure, they're turning a well-planned vision into a global reality. "We're not here to follow," said one executive. "We're here to lead, on our terms." And they are. With each model, each market, Mahindra is proving it's not just chasing the EV boom, it's helping shape it. This is momentum with a mission. And as the lineup expands, so does the message. India isn't waiting to lead. India is already in the driver's seat. Next, we look at how all of this fits into something even bigger. A revolution that goes far beyond cars. India's EV revolution has arrived. Mahindra isn't just building electric cars. They're rewriting what it means to be a leader in the global auto industry. For years, the spotlight has been fixed on Silicon Valley and Shanghai. Innovation, we were told, came from places with billion-dollar research labs and household name CEOs. But now, something different is happening. Quietly, powerfully, India has stepped into the EV spotlight. And it's not just participating, it's changing the game. Mahindra's next-gen electric vehicles are more than just cars. They're statements. They prove that cutting-edge design and meaningful technology don't have to come with a luxury price tag. That sustainable innovation can be smart, tough, and built for real-world roads and real-world people. And most importantly, they proved that electric isn't a Western dream anymore. It's a global opportunity, with India at the heart of it. "We're not just catching up," said one Mahindra executive. "We're rewriting the rules." That quote hits differently now because it's true. Mahindra isn't playing by someone else's blueprint. They're creating their own, grounded in a deep understanding of Indian terrain, Indian consumers, and global possibilities. This isn't disruption for attention. This is disruption that delivers on price, on performance, on purpose. Mahindra's EVs are accessible to the middle class, ready for long distances, fast charging, safety-packed, and beautifully styled. It's the kind of innovation that listens before it builds, and that's what makes it powerful. From the BE6E to the XEV9E and beyond, these vehicles are already rolling onto roads, not just in India, but into markets where buyers are tired of overpriced promises and ready for something real. Mahindra is answering that call. The message is loud and clear. The future of electric isn't just clean, it's clever, it's capable, and it's Indian. So next time you think about the EV revolution, don't just look west, look east, because India is already driving toward the future. And guess what? That future, it's not coming, it's already here.